Welcome students, I am Krishna Wahab from Department of Sociology, KTHM College, and I will be conducting this lecture on Introduction to Thematic Analysis. So what is thematic analysis? Thematic analysis is a method developed by Gerald Holton, a physicist and historian of science in the late 1970s. So what is thematic analysis? Thematic analysis essentially means that you identify patterns of meanings in a given data set. By identifying patterns, we mean that identifying frequencies and similarities in a certain topic that you may come across while collecting data or after collecting data. Thematic analysis takes bodies of data, which are quite large, and groups them according to similarities, in other words, themes. So essentially, it means that when collecting data, the researcher will try to generalize topics that he comes across frequently. For example, if a researcher is doing research on gender disparities in urban areas, he will try to find a commonality or a theme or a topic that is mentioned frequently in the narratives that are presented to him in the data that he is collecting. Similarly, he will try to identify certain topics that have a larger frequency of coming up, and that will in turn become a theme. So the researcher closely examines the data to identify common themes. These can be topics, ideas, or patterns of meaning that come up repeatedly. By patterns of meaning, we mean that he infers certain themes or opinions that people are not overtly saying, they are not directly communicating it to him, but they are meant, they are implied, and hence he will try to identify these things by first going through the data, seeing if the mentioned topics are coming up frequently and the opinions are being mentioned. And he will try to infer these meanings and not just what is written on the data. It is usually applied to set of texts such as interview transcripts. Because under qualitative research, the data is quite dense and usually methods of observation and interview techniques are used. What a researcher might do is collect a lot of data, a lot of text, and interview transcription is also collected, which is basically the written format of interview, and that will create a huge number of documents and texts. So he will go through all those texts and documents to identify topics or ideas that are coming up frequently. So the essence of thematic analysis is to pinpoint similarities and frequencies in within the data set in terms of the opinion or the ideas, topics, or patterns that the researcher wants to highlight. Now we will see the significance of thematic analysis. Why is thematic analysis important? Because, firstly, it's because under qualitative research, there is a dense data. A lot of data is collected from multiple sources, from a variety and diverse number of sources, and hence that data is difficult to categorize and identify. So, what a researcher might do is that he will correlate all the identifiable topics within the data that is collected. He will go through all the documents, identify topics that are frequently mentioned, and he will make sure that they are identifiable themes, which will in the end help in analysis. So, it ensures that irrelevant information is discarded or edited out of the data, and only relevant information is considered while doing data analysis. Secondly, it's very useful in exploratory research when a researcher isn't sure what research he's going to do or what research he expects to find, what conclusion or what problem he's expected to find. It is good to start with thematic analysis. Because thematic analysis, he will collect data from respondents and then he will try to see that if there's certain topics that are coming up which he can research into in much more detail. Thirdly, research focusing on people's experiences, views, and opinion. Because under qualitative research, one will have to collect data that is very much in depth and comprehensive. A researcher will try to use thematic analysis to focus on people's experiences, the opinions that are not overtly said, that are not directly said, because semantics works that way, semantics of language. will ensure that people will not be able to see things directly. So, what meanings they give to their language, what certain things they are ascribing to their words will be inferred. And that's where thematic analysis is very useful, where these things which are not directly said or indirectly said will be captured, and the researcher will be able to analyze and identify patterns within that data. Then there is flexibility, because thematic analysis is a method and not a methodology as such. It is not tied to a particular epistemological or theoretical perspective. It does not ascribe itself to any sort of theory. It is a method that can be used under any sort of theoretical framework or grounded theory. Anything is possible under thematic analysis. All the researcher needs is to collect the data and identify certain patterns and assign certain, infer certain meanings of it, and then analyze it. Now we will see the approaches used in thematic analysis. So the first approach is inductive approach. Inductive approach allows for the data to determine the themes of your research. So basically, under inductive approach, what is done is that first data is collected. A researcher will collect data according to certain interest that he has in that particular topic. He will go out in the field, he will collect the data, and from that data, he will try to identify themes according to similarities and frequencies. So that creates a theme, and that is an inductive approach. When the researcher does not know what he aims to find, he does not go into the research or in the data collection with a preconceived theme. So he will try to induct or infer meanings from after the data is collected. This is essentially a method to analyze the data after the data is collected. There is no preconceived notion of what themes he aims to find, and he will not go with that intent into the field. Opposed to that is deductive approach. Deductive approach involves coming to the data with preconceived themes that you expect to find reflected there based on theory or existing knowledge. So, deductive approach essentially means that the researcher has a fair idea of what he expects to find on field. His research is based on a existing theory and preconceived notion of that theory, and hence he will try to analyze that data or collect that data from a perspective of finding those themes amongst the data or the information he is gathering. For example, if a researcher wishes to find gender discrimination in his research topic or in her research topic, what the researcher might do is go out on the field and collect data specifically identifying discrimination, instances of discrimination through various techniques. So, what will be done is that he will go out in the field with a preconceived notion of finding discrimination as a theme, and then that will be used to identify or create a pattern in his data collection, and that will in turn become a theme that will be useful in the analysis and findings and conclusions aspect of the research. So both these methods are equally useful. They come with their own certain advantages and disadvantages. Under inductive approach, because data is collected first and there is no preconceived idea of finding a certain theme, what it's done is that it's useful for exploratory research, where the researcher doesn't know what he or she is supposed to find in the field. So, inductive approach is usually helpful for exploratory research, while deductive approach is generally useful for researchers who come with a fair idea of knowing what they want to find, such as in grounded theory approach. When the researcher has an idea of which theory she or he will be using in the field, what he will do is that he will go through a deductive approach. He will try to analyze or collect data according to a preconceived notion of the data theme he is supposed to find. Now, another approach that used in thematic analysis is the latent and semantic approach. Latent approach involves reading into the subtext and assumptions underlying the data. So latent approach usually means that instead of focusing on what is being said, for example, if an interview is being conducted by the researcher, he will transcribe that interview later on, and instead of focusing on what the person is or the participant is saying, what he will try to do is try to infer meaning from what is said. So usually it reflects attitudes or feelings or opinions, and that is what is reflected and inferred, and it is not directly said as such. So the kind of language that is used, the kind of way it is being said, that involves reading into the subtext, that is going beyond what is said, reading between the lines essentially. So latent approach is very much going much more in detail, inferring meanings of what is said by the respondent. In semantic approach, it involves analyzing explicit content of the data. So that means that the content of the data is used to infer and analyze meanings and create themes. So this means that under thematic analysis, semantic approach means that the participant using the language and saying certain things or reflecting positive attitude or negative attitude, that is being considered under semantic approach. That the researcher will not try to infer meanings or will not try to assign or ascribe certain signifiers or symbols or symbolic meanings to what is being said. The researcher will just extrapolate the data as it is and try to use it in his analysis later on. So this has been approaches in thematic analysis. Thank you.